Well, let's extend the conversation and bring in Moose and Sal for Homeschooled. Moose, after listening to both Sean Marks and Doc Rivers, both seem pretty happy with their deals. From an on-the-court perspective, are the Nets better or worse after this trade?
Yeah, I don't think they're better when you're never better when you trade the best player in the deal. I mean that's the problem you have now, chemistry wise, because obviously Harden was creating waves. You didn't want to be there. Can you be a little bit better in that room, having the full commitment? No question about it. But talent wise, I mean, Sal, when you look at this roster, I mean, we talked about before the NBA trade deadline. We're talking about it the day after the NBA trade deadline. Historically speaking, when you trade the best player, historically speaking, more often than not, you do not win that deal. So it's hard for me to look at the Brooklyn Nets now, and even though what Ben Simmons is athletically, and think that the Nets are closer to winning an NBA championship without James Harden as they were with.
Yeah, and I get on paper how people are saying it fits better than Harden. Well, then why'd you trade for Harden in the first place if it's redundant with Kyrie Irving? So I'm with you. James Harden is the best player in the deal, so I cannot sit here. I know the Sixers got better with certainty. I don't know that the Nets got better by trading James Harden. And games aren't played on paper. They're played on the floor, so we haven't seen Ben Simmons in a long time. If he goes out there and plays to the best of his abilities, maybe it is a better fit than what Harden was. But as of right now, when that trade was made, no, I did not think the Nets got better. I think they got worse. Their best chance to me to win a championship was keeping James Harden intact with Kyrie and a healthy KD.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's drama that comes along with both Ben Simmons and James Harden. They both have their respective off-the-court baggage, and they both can be, somewhat difficult to deal with. But with Harden, you know what you're getting on the court. He may provide some unwanted issues, but he'll also go out there and drop 30 every night. Ben Simmons is obviously a great player, but he's not as consistent and has not proven himself the way James has. The Nets have traded, one problem for another, and Sal, I'll have you go first. Is it worth it?
Well, I mean, either team really didn't have a choice, but I do think the Sixers are happier with their end. I think the Nets kind of had their hand forced. The Nets did not, in an ideal world, they did not want to trade James Harden. The reason they had to is because the real problem they have is Kyrie Irving. Harden got to Brooklyn, realized that he didn't want to deal with Kyrie Irving being a part-time player and whatever other nonsense is going on. So the Nets had their hand forced to make a deal, and this was the best return that they could get. And I'm with you, Michelle. We don't know. Ben Simmons on the floor, he is a liability, and you can't have that with a point guard late in the playoff game where you're going to foul Ben Simmons on purpose because he's going to choke at the free throw line. That's a problem that we're going to see if it plays out that way in Brooklyn. But yeah, I would rather have James Harden than Ben Simmons.
Yeah, no question. And, we talked about it before the deadline on Thursday at 3. Put it to you this way. If I were Sean Marks and the Brooklyn Nets, I would have held James Harden's feet to the fire. What I mean by that is I would not have moved him. I don't care about the threats of leaving in the offseason NBA free agency. I understand he was a pain in the rear end down in Houston and overweight and all that forced his way out of a town. A guy doesn't change the way that he is. And he handled himself poorly here in Brooklyn to get his way out of town. But, he was brought here to win an NBA championship, something that Kyrie Irving's done, something that Kevin Durant has already done. He talked about the fact of, I want to have something that those two guys already have, which is an NBA title. And now you see the same shenanigans. So I get why Brooklyn decided to do it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have moved James Harden. I would have played hardball with him, get him on the court, play the relationship of Kevin Durant. It was a topsy-turvy 48, 72 hours before the NBA trade deadline. Brooklyn brought him here not to move him. They brought him here to win. I would have forced James Harden's hand and try and get him to win here, an NBA title. And if he leaves in free agency, who cares? You accomplish your goal.